Hey, what's up? What's going on, family? This is Sorry from No Picks Podcast.
Let's go. It's Joe checking in for the No Picks podcast.
All right, so check it out, family. Today we have, what do you say? An interesting situation. So we're gonna let y'all check this out, and we want your opinion. Well, we're gonna give you our opinion on it, and we want to start a conversation about it. All right, so let's just play it and let the video speak for itself.
So she to talk with my school, and the cab driver, like, I'm literally with teachers right now, and they told me to phone Uber because he tried to rape me, and I'm crying, and they're gonna send me to the hospital. Are you okay? Sorry to hear about what happened. Let's fully verify your account. And, okay. I'm just really scared. So that we can help this story to hear about what happened.
So, if you guys didn't catch that, what that was a female. It sounds like she was from like London or something, or Britain, let's say, right? And she got an Uber ride. Apparently, she wanted a refund because the Uber ride was too expensive, and she accused the guy of grape. And her friend, and I don't know if y'all peeped in the video, her friend says, "Oh, are you kidding?" And she turns around and says, "Shh,"
And smiles, like
and
kind of smiles
smiles.
briefly. Yeah.
Turns back around saying, "Hey, I want a refund."
Oh,
So,
bro.
um, what's your thoughts, Joe? Let me tell me what you think.
Making a police report about, we can't say the words, so we're gonna say grape.
Right.
Making a police report about grape just to get a refund on Uber is ridiculous, bro. Like it, like from the bottom of my heart, this makes me so angry, bro.
Right.
Like, and we're talking about this man potentially getting his account deactivated so he can't make his money. If this is his main hustle, he has to find a new one. If it's a side hustle, he has to find a new one. Getting his license suspended, potentially getting a charge or a police report filed on him. Embarrassment. You know what I mean? Public embarrassment. If like, this is gonna affect this man in so many ways if it reaches that point.
Right.
And she's already called the cops, so they're gonna be looking for this person. So it makes me so angry, bro, that you could play with a man's life like that because you want to get a refund for him offering a service, and clearly you made it alive and you was good because you
Right.
you making this video. So
Right.
yeah, bro, this makes me so angry, bro. Believe all women, huh? But yeah,
Yeah.
that's a joke.
Yeah. So she accused this dude of grape in order to get a refund, and like laughed and snickered about it with her friend. I guess her friend was recording her or whatever, and that video made it on World Star, right? Um, the problem is that when I got another story, but when women make accusations like this, they don't really
Right.
understand the ramifications of it because they never have to suffer these ramifications, right? If
Hmm.
just the accusation alone, that grape accusation alone on a man is enough to tarnish his reputation. Now, nobody does any research on the back end to determine whether or not he was ever convicted of this charge that of this grape charge that you just levied against him. Nobody ever does it. What's normally done is that in a court of public opinion, if a woman says that about a man, he's automatically assumed guilty until he proves innocent. So not everybody has a resource to do that. So we have a great example in Johnny Depp, right? Among other, like he was accused that among other things, but like he fought it with all his resources. Guess what? For, there's a 100 million Johnny Depps, bro, but they
Right.
don't have the money to do it, so they just chalk it. They
Right.
probably take a plea bargain. You know what I mean? Like they may not go
Hmm.
to jail, but they'll have it on their record as some kind of lesser charge, maybe sexual assault or something like that, and they just move forward because they're like, yo, I don't have the resources to fight this thing.
Right.
And that's not something that women have to ever encounter. It's not a world that they're accustomed to.
Right.
So like just the accusation alone is enough to ruin a man.
Enough to ruin a man, bro. It's like after that you got a scarlet letter, like permanent. And you're right. You said it. You stated it perfectly. The court of public opinion. That's exactly what it is. And it used to be that you were guilty until innocent until proven guilty. But the court of public opinion, oh no, without a
Mm.
shadow of doubt, you did it. If you're
Johnny was guilty, right?
Jonathan Majors, Johnny Depp, all these people
Guilty,
who just
guilty, guilty,
lied.
guilty.
Now we got Russell Brand with all these like allegations from like 10, 5 years ago. All these women, two or three women, like people with big figures, big platforms, big voices, and this is what happens. Johnny Depp
Women can
lost bread
say
on movies.
right. Women can say this, with what immunity, because if it gets proven that they were wrong, nothing happens to them.
There's no consequence.
Nothing at all. There's no consequence
There's
at
no
all.
consequence.
And it's just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, let's let you out of jail quietly. And it's like, bro, like, y'all put me on the news. I was on the
Right.
news because of this. And
Right.
it's like, bro, like how many stories I heard throughout the years of some college random white chick saying that, oh, like this random college black dude raped me, and then it turns out months later that he didn't rape you, and then they just be like, all right, well, all right, move along here, nothing to see here. You be like, no,
Right.
like, it's like nothing happens to the woman ever, bro. It's like
Ever, or that you gave consent, but because you felt bad about it, then you changed your mind the next day. You know what I mean?
it's
And that
funny you
happens
mention
too,
that.
bro.
Funny you
And
mention
it's
that.
just like, what?
It's funny you mention that. I wasn't listen. I went to LaSalle University, right, and in Philly on Alany Ave. Anybody who if you know, you know, right? So a guy I know, I'm not gonna call him a friend because he wasn't a friend. I'm not gonna lie, but a guy I know he was in a fraternity, and him and a fraternity brother of his, they linked up with a female, right?
Right.
And it was him. It was the guy, his friend, and the female all in the room together. Did the thing, right? And everybody went home. They recorded stuff. They did this and that, and it was like everybody was kind of like it started. But it started circulating around school. LaSalle is a small school. So it
Right.
started circulating around school. Like, yo, like this chick on that type time, right? So the dude was black. His homie was Italian, right? So white dude, and the female was white.
Mhm.
And so when people start bringing it up to her, like, start coming at her, castigating her, like, yo, you're gross, blah blah blah, this and that. She kind of like went to the higher ups in school and was like, yo, like they raped me. And you mean like them dudes, like they did like whatever investigation or whatever. It turns out that like they did. Her story was incredible because they dudes literally have footage of like her smiling and like having a good time. Let's put it that way. But like the school still had to kick them dudes out because they like, yo, we like just the accusation alone was enough
No
for the school to be like,
way,
yo. So
bro.
they had to go. They had to leave from LaSalle and go to Temple. And
That's crazy. They didn't
I
have a
assume,
case. Like they couldn't fight it.
I mean, like
That's
I don't think
wild, bro.
the school didn't
That's
give them a choice.
wild.
School
That
never
is
gave them a choice.
wild.
So it was just like, all right, whatever. And she, whatever, do the thing. And like, and during that time, I was the girl that started this whole thing. I was dating her friend.
Mhm.
And I was talking to her. I'm like, yo, I used to tell her all the time, like, yo, your friend's a scumbag. I used to I promise you, bro. I used to straight up, I used to tell her, she was my girlfriend
Yeah.
at the time back then. I
Right.
used to tell her, I was like, yo, your friend's a goddamn scumbag. Every time she came around, I'd be like, I'm out, bro. Like, listen,
I'd be the
I
same way, bro. I would be the same way, bro. The
I do
same
not
way,
want to
bro.
be
That's
around
grimy. That's
you. Mm-hmm.
low, bro. And like you said, they can get away with it because there's no consequence. You know what I
No
mean?
consequence.
It's socially acceptable for a woman to put her hands on a man, and you can't hit her back.
Do nothing.
You can't. You know what I mean? Like you can't. Like because and society has made some women comfortable with playing with these boundaries and with lying and getting away with it because there's no consequence,
No
bro.
consequence.
There's no consequence, and I hate it. It infuriates me that there's no consequence to
So
this.
you can engage in a voluntary act, right? Let's just say I meet Sarah. Me and Sarah get down to it, and Sarah finds out that I'm also with, Bonquisha, um, Maria, and Fatima. Sarah could get mad at me and be like, "Yo, he raped me,"
Right.
and that's like no one cares about my story after that. It's like my side of the
Right.
story is irrelevant.
Right. 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 Yeah, bro. It's so, and I mean, I'll say this now because I feel like maybe we should have said it sooner, but I just want to make it explicitly clear to our audience. Like we denounce grape. We are, we're completely against it. We know that there are victims out there. We feel for y'all. We send love. We hope that you guys are good. And we know it's a real thing. We know that rape culture is a thing on some college campuses as well. Like these are all real things. But that
Right.
doesn't change the fact that women who lie about grape, like this woman was to get a refund for Uber, they make they take away credibility from the movement.
Yeah.
They make
Yeah.
believe all women sound stupid. They make actual victims. They should be angry at this too. You know what I mean? Like you should be actual victims should be angry at like it's crazy, bro. This is not something to take lightly. This is a huge accusation, bro.
And this
This is
dude's just a
huge.
working dude. Like I said, he didn't even like he didn't. He drove his car. He got a ping on his phone. Went to the location, picked her up, dropped her off, and went on his way to probably pick somebody else up. And now he probably fired from Uber.
Yeah.
Probably got a criminal case against him. He got to get a public like a lawyer or a public defender to address this, because I mean, I don't know how far Uber takes it, but it's like,
Right. Yeah, listen, there's this trend. I don't know if it's gained any momentum, but I hope it does. But there's this trend where there were men talking to other men saying, listen, men, when you have a conversation with a woman, when there's an altercation that and you see that it's escalating, when you're in a car alone with her, whenever you're in a situation where like she can try to either provoke you or antagonize you to do something,
right.
or she's hitting or saying some shit to you, turn your phone on and record. They were like, record. Start recording, either if it's just audio or if you can get a video of that too, but just record what is being said, what's happening, because you have to have proof. Because if you don't have proof, the moment you walk out that car, if something happens, it is your fault.
Yeah.
And they've been telling younger men like, be wise. In a situation like that, turn your camera on. If you at your apartment and you with your girl and something went wrong and Shorty's trying to throw haymakers at you, or she's throwing dishes and things are escalating, like, turn your camera on and be like, no, I'm recording you.
Right.
For your protection, because they can lie and be like, he hit me, he did, like you have to. That's how crazy it's getting nowadays, bro. That you can't even trust some shorties. You just can't. You can't leave it up to the court of public opinion. You can't leave it up to you know the courts. You can't.
Right.
You got to take extra steps. You got to.
Because your reputation is already tarnished.
Right.
But listen, family, let us
It's
know what y'all
crazy.
think.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a very unfortunate situation. Dude's just a working man, just living his life, man.
Right.
But listen, comment. We love to have a conversation with you guys or gals. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure. I mean, some women
Yeah,
listen to us
shorties.
too. So listen, like, comment, subscribe, share our stuff. Like I said, we're here to stay. We're gonna keep making this content, and
Sir.
I mean, y'all gonna keep loving it. It's like, I don't know. Hopefully. But all right, well, that's
We out.
it for us, and until next time.
All right, y'all.